Good day, everyone. I'm Apple Bardasco, and I will now tackle about H-1B workers. To give you an overview, H-1B workers are people from other countries who work in the US with an H-1B visa. This visa let US companies hire them for special jobs like computer programming or being a doctor when they need a certain skills. Companies use it if they can't find enough US workers for these jobs. The US gives out 85,000 H-1B visas each year and workers can stay up to 6 years. It helps companies grow, but some worry it affects jobs for US workers. So the H-1B visa program started in 1990 allows US companies to hire people from other countries for special jobs that need specific skills like tech or engineering. In 2024, it helps over 386,000 workers with 70% working in tech. This program fills gap when companies can't find enough skills in US, helping businesses grow and create new ideas. So, to be eligible, workers need to have a bachelor's degree in a specific field like tech or engineering. The US allows 85,000 H-1B visas each year. The visa lasts 3 years, but it can be extended to 6 years. Companies apply through petition, and if too many apply, a lottery picks a winner. Employee must pay H-1B workers the same wages as similar US workers to keep things fair. So they help improve technology like AI, cloud computing, and cybersecurity. For example, some work on the Llama AI model, which makes computers smarter. Even though they make up less than 1% of US workers, H-1B professionals contribute to 15% tech patents, new ideas, officially registered as inventions. This shows they have a big impact on US tech progress. For the H1 workers' right and restriction, they can only work for the company that got them the visa. They cannot do side jobs unless a new visa form is filed. If they want to change companies, they can transfer their H1 without using up to 85,000 visa limit. And their spouse and kids under 21 can get H4 visas to live with them. So, according to Compete America in 2024, H-1B takes 1.83 extra jobs for US workers because they invent new ideas and spend money. In 2023, these workers added $450 billion to the US economy through their tech work. They also pay about $15 billion in federal and state taxes every year, which helps fund things like schools and roads. So, to conclude, H-1B workers plays an important role in helping the US stay strong in technology and innovation. They bring skills that many companies need to grow and compete globally. To keep up, the US should increase the number of visas available and make immigration policies more stable and fair. This helps attract and keep top talent from around the world. At the same time, it is important to invest in training American workers so the country stays competitive in the long run. If these challenges are ignored, the US could lose valuable talent and fall behind in the fast moving tech industry. My second topic is all about green computing. And when we say green computing, it means using computer and technology in a way that is good for the environment. It focuses on saving energy, reducing electrical waste, and making devices that last longer and use fewer resources. The goal is to reduce the negative impact of technology on the planet while still getting the benefits of modern computing. So, green computing reduces the environmental impact of technology by using energy efficiently, relying on renewables, and managing resources wisely. Since tech uses about 7% of global power and causes 2 to 4% of emissions, It's key to meeting climate goals. So, green computing follows a few key principles. First, energy efficiency using hardware that needs less power and software that runs smoothly. Second, using renewable energy like solar, wind, or hydro to power data centers. Third, reducing e-waste by recycling over 80% of all electronics instead of throwing them away. And lastly, using virtualization like cloud or virtual machines to run more tasks on fewer servers, cutting hardware use by 30 to 50%. So why it matters? Data center use a lot of electricity and their energy use could double by 2030. That's why new rules in the EU and US are pushing for greener tech. People care to around 65% prefer eco-friendly brands, and for companies using less energy can also lower costs by up to 40%. So green computing is good for the planet, people, and for the profit. For the application and innovation, using lower power hardware like ARM chips can save 50% of power and upgradable laptops last 3 to 5 years longer. Optimized software with smart coding can reduce energy use by 30%, while serverless tech cut power by 70%. Green data centers run on 100% wind or hydropower, and AI cooling can reduce energy use by 40%. Two smart grids increase renewable energy by 15%, and IoT can cut building energy use by 25%. For the real-world example, Amazon reached 90% renewable energy for hours, and NVIDIA's GPUs cut AI energy use by 60%. In conclusion, green computing helps the tech industry grow while protecting the environment. By using efficient hardware, renewable energy, AI, and implementing strong policies, the industry can lead the way in sustainability. The tech sector has the opportunity to set a global example for the greener, more sustainable future. That's all. Thank you for listening.